On tonight's episode of SUTV World News, China is preparing themselves for a war amid greater tensions with the United States, and coral in the Great Barrier Reef is slowly dying. All that and more right here on SUTV. Police have shut down a Brazilian department store for violating coronavirus regulations. SUTV's Nolan Hoffman has the latest.
Police have shut down this Brazilian department store for violating coronavirus regulations. Here is the owner of the Havana store chain, Luciano Hang, celebrating the opening of its 150th location Saturday. Hang is a vocal supporter of Brazilian President Bolsonaro. This massive crowd gathered outside the store and then flooded through the entrance. Besides the United States, Brazil is the only country to report more than 150,000 coronavirus-related deaths. With SUTV News, this is Nolan Huffman.
Australia's Great Barrier Reef has lost 50% of its coral population in the last 3 decades. Climate change is a key driver of reef disturbance, according to researchers in Queensland. Coral reefs are some of the most vibrant marine ecosystems on the planet. Between 1/4 and 1/3 of all marine species rely on them at some point in their life cycle. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef. It covers nearly 133,000 square miles and is home to more than 1,500 species of fish, 411 species of hard corals, and a dozen other species. Israel is at the beginning of its second general lockdown to slow the spread of coronavirus. With the country in the midst of closure, one group has found a rare opportunity to clean the pollution out of Israel's rivers. CNN's Oren Lieberman reports.
On days when the Chatzbani River slows to a trickle, it's the other stream that doesn't stop. The one Ofer Sivan is trying to hold back.
When there is a quiet day with little going on and the current flow is very slow, it's possible to gather a lot of junk.
Junk, trash, garbage, call it whatever you want. It's all here, piling up just under the surface, the refuse from picnics held on the riverbanks and then thrown into the river.
We call them people on the banks because they come here, they like to drink alcohol, and when they finish drinking, they throw the bottle in the water. They throw away cans, they sit in the water in their tables with the food, everything you can imagine. At some stage, they get up, wipe the stuff off in the stream, and leave.
In the midst of Israel's second general lockdown, the parks around the river are closed to tourists. During this rare period of quiet, Sivan and a small group who have special permission to work on the river are trying to make a difference on this important tributary of the Jordan River. Piece by piece, they bring up trash from months and years ago.
The level of trash is constant, more or less. Every year people come to the banks to sleep, cook out, throw their trash into the water. It's the same amount every year.
In 30 minutes of cleaning, they filled 2 boats with trash and are close to filling a 3rd.
There is so much trash in this river that you only have to go under for a few seconds.
Come up with it. Coronavirus has also contributed to the trash. Discarded masks collect on the riverside, adding to the mess.
This is our home. I would not throw trash in your backyard, and for me, this is my backyard. It's not nice.
This is a struggle they say they cannot win. It's not just a cleanup that's needed, it's a complete change in the public's attitude. But they insist they owe it to each other and to the river to make sure it's the Chatzbani that keeps flowing and not the trash. Oren Lieberman, CNN, Northern Israel.
Amidst rising tensions and conflict with the United States, Chinese President Xi Jinping has told the country's troops to, quote, put all their minds and energy on preparing for war. President Jinping made the statement Tuesday after visiting a military base in the southern province of Guangdong. During an inspection of other military groups, the state news agency Xinhua also reported that the president told troops to, quote, maintain a state of high alert. Tensions are obviously high between China and the U.S. with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, but this also coincides with the United States' relationship with Taiwan. On Monday, the White House informed Congress that it would be moving ahead with the sale of several advanced weapon systems to Taiwan. In response to this, Beijing Foreign Prime Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijin called for the U.S. to, quote, immediately cancel any arms sales plans to Taiwan, as well as to, quote, cut all U.S.-Taiwan military ties. Despite disapproval by the Chinese government, U.S. relations with Taipei have been strong under the Trump administration, with U.S. Health and Human Service Secretary Alex Azar being the highest-level U.S. official to visit Taiwan in decades back in August. A rare diamond is up for auction, and it could be worth millions of dollars. SUTV's Nolan Hoffman has the story.
An ultra-rare pink diamond is going up for auction, and it could fetch up to $38 million. The 14.83 carat stone named the Spirit of the Rose will go on sale in Switzerland next month. It was uncovered 3 years ago from a mine in northeast Russia, and it's cut from nearly 28 carat rough diamond, and it is believed to be the country's largest pink crystal ever took out of the earth. The incredible jewel's rarity is the result of its size, clarity, and color. Graded as fancy, vivid, and classified as internally flawless, it belongs to a rare subgroup of diamonds that contain little to no nitrogen. It will go on display in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Taipei before the November 12th sale. With SUTV News, I'm Nolan Huffman.
The International Space Station will soon have some visitors. NASA astronaut Kate Rubins and Russian cosmonauts Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kuznetsov launched Wednesday morning. The event was broadcast in real time on NASA's website. The capsule and space station are expected to hatch shortly before 7 a.m. Eastern Time. This event comes a few weeks before the 20th anniversary of having a continuous human presence in outer space. And with that, we'll be signing off from this episode of World News. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at SUTV News, and check out our website at sutvnews.org. Have a great week, everyone.